Well, this here is the all-new Hyundai Creta. Now, Hyundai called the last version of the car the perfect SUV, and they're calling this version of the car the ultimate SUV. So what do you reckon? Is it really the ultimate SUV in terms of looks? You can let me know by writing in the comment section below, or you can also let me know by voting on this pop-out banner. Anyways, I think this car looks more dramatic on the outside, and this chrome definitely gives it more road presence than the early version of the car. But looks can split opinion, and they're very subjective, so to each his own. Today we're not here to drive the car, we're here to show you the interior of the car, because Hyundai invited us to their plant in Chennai to show you the interiors, tell you about the overall features, and also tell you that this car will come with 3 engine options. There's a 1.5 diesel, there's a 1.5 petrol, which makes 115 bhp each, and there's also 1.4 turbocharged petrol, which makes about 140 bhp. So the engines are similar, or the same engines actually, that you also see on the Kia Seltos. So try and test the engines, and you also get the same choice of gearboxes, manual as well as automatic. Anyways, let's show you the exterior of the car now, play some music, and also then after that jump inside and show you the front seat, the back seat, as well as the boot. And of course the review of this car will come out in the next week or so. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do subscribe to it, and we can show you the review, and you'll know all there is to know about the all-new Hyundai Creta. Let's get started. Well, so we're inside the Creta cabin, and this cabin really feels very posh, very upmarket. The quality is absolutely first rate. In fact, even the outgoing Creta has very good quality, so Hyundai didn't have to work too hard on improving the quality. In terms of the features, this car is going to be loaded with features. You of course get those connected apps via the Hyundai Blue Link app. You also get this huge panoramic sunroof. You get wireless charging for your mobile phone. You get front seats which are cooled. You also get electronic parking brake. This one of course has the manual system like the old cars did, but of course you get electronic parking brake on the top end versions. And of course you get this huge touchscreen, and there's also a Bose sound system inside this car. So in terms of the opulent feel, Hyundai has left no stone unturned to give you that posh and upmarket feel. The dials are very typical Hyundai, because you get those circular gauges and that middle portion where you get all that information about the car. And just in terms of the ambience of the cabin, it feels very, very upmarket, and definitely first impressions are very good, very positive, and I think Hyundai has done a great job, a fabulous job in fact, with the cabin of the all-new Creta. I'll give it a strong score of 9 out of 10. The seats also are very good, very generous in terms of comfort. Support for your under thighs is good, support for your lower back is very good, and just the whole ambience of the car is truly very luxurious. Now let's jump in the back seat and see how good that really is. So here I'm in the back seat of the all-new Creta, and in terms of the space, it is a very nice place to be in. It's definitely a lot more roomier than the outgoing car, the older version of the car. Knee room is more than sufficient. In fact, it is quite good, and headroom also is very generous. Now my height for reference is 5'10", and just like always, I've adjusted the front seat for my height and my driving position. Now, if you're about 5'11", even if your driver is about 5'11", or even 6, even then you should be more than happy in these seats. The seats also are very good in terms of the comfort, because the seat scope is pretty wide, and it's also a wide car at the back, which means that 3 should not be an issue. You get your own AC vents at the back. You also get a USB charging point, and there's also a little place here where you can keep your mobile phone. The windows also are really large, which means that you will never feel claustrophobic on those long highway trips, and the doors also have a very wide aperture to get in and out of, which makes it a good car for people who have older parents at home, because you just walk in this car, it shouldn't be a big issue, because they won't have to slouch. So that's something you need to keep in mind. The backrest of the back seat also can be adjusted, if I can find the button for that, and it can go back or front depending on how much you want to adjust it. So it is quite similar to the Seltos in that thing as well. Overall, the first impressions inside the all-new Creta are very positive. It's a car which definitely has a lot of upmarket feel about itself and feels very posh and opulent. I'll give it a strong score of 9 out of 10 in the backseat department. Now let's check out how big the boot on the new Creta really is. Well, the boot on the all-new Creta definitely looks a little bigger than the outgoing car. The earlier car was about 400 liters. This one looks around 440 odd liters, which makes it a nice and spacious boot. And it also doesn't have a loading sill, which means that you can easily load in those bags and take them out without putting your back into it. There's also a little place over here where you can keep some odds and ends if you want to save them from the children. And in general, it's a very spacious car in both the rows as well as in the boot. So I think I'll give it a strong score in the boot department as well of 9 out of 10. It is an impressive package, and one which will drive for you in about 10 days time and give you the full verdict of how it is and should you really put it in your shortlist. Thanks for watching.